let me get this straight. There's this guy named MAMAMAX. Yes, I listen to this stuff when I'm not listening to music. Some of the stuff I listened to lately was about all this MAMAMAX drama. And I was surprised. I was confused. Probably like many of you. I say that because I honestly didn't know who this guy was. Every now and then I'll listen to like Ordinary Gamer or I guess with Chud. Sometimes Destiny, whatever. As a lot of us do, whatever. And it's like this MAMAMAX drama just came up, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" And then they would play videos and explain that this guy was a certain hunter. I'm not gonna say that a hunter would try to protect kids, to expose the criminals, if you will, the dirty people, and bring them to light, bring them to justice. Didn't know anything about this guy, right? So they play part of his video where he has like this deep, overly theatric, like Batman voice, and I'm just like, on the instant I heard that, I was like, wait, what? You guys believed anything he said? The guy is like over the top theatrical because he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have any truth. Like, the reason why he has to rely on like tactics like that, the deep theatrical voice and the horror like aesthetic and like the scare, like it's almost like Alex Jones like conspiracy lens. That's how it's designed. And I'm like, how can you take this seriously? And then it quickly goes from, we're gonna hunt this guy. He's a dirty guy because of what he's part of a vampire cult that is trafficking minors. You lost me a vampire cult. Look, if there was a victim, if there is actually a real victim, well, guess what? Because you put vampire cult there, I just don't care. You lost my interest. You clearly, like, I don't know how anyone took this guy seriously. The moment he would say something that's so far-fetched, I don't even know if it would be in a Twilight novel. Like, this is crazy. I'm like, what are we talking about here? And hearing like Ordinary Gamer talk about it, like, oh yeah, this is legit stuff. It's like, dude, it's just some stupid What are we talking about? It's some stupid, probably augmented reality game. Okay, even if you took that information to the cops, let's say there's something called like the Divinity Cult. They had some videos trying to show like supernatural stuff. They were stupid. They were really bad, like After Effect videos. And some people were coming out, like Ordinary Gamers coming out being like, hey, there's something to this. It's like, okay, if there ever was, like, MAMAMAX totally botched it. And MAMAMAX totally did not go to the authorities like he said he was going to, because he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have a thing at all. I mean, in this situation, you can't do the oh, we're gonna settle and be a vigilante. No. This is way beyond you. If this thing's even real, okay. But the thing is, like I said, you lost me when you described it as some sort of vampire cult thing, werewolf vampire cult, and even if you go to the police station and explain, hey, there is this werewolf vampire cult, they're going to not listen to anything you say. In fact, they're going to think you are a crazy person, and maybe you need to take a stay at your local mental hospital for like a hold, because you might be going through some sort of psychotic episode. It might be a danger to yourself and others if you're thinking you're going around to the police saying there's some sort of lichen vampire cult that's trafficking kids. No one's going to believe that. No one's going to believe that at all. And it could be very well be real. But you know what? You don't frame it that way. You don't do like Alex Jones crazy over-the-top tactics on this stuff. You don't do that. Okay, there's no need for that at all. It's just so weird to me. And then I try to listen to some of the claims that I think one, the victim, what's her name? Spencer? I don't know. I forgot the name. It doesn't really matter to me, because the moment I heard her story about getting pregnant, like, multiple times before, like, it was some crazy timeline that didn't make any sense. Within the span of like 5 months, she got pregnant multiple times and forced out a miscarriage. That doesn't work like that. Does not work like that. Okay, within 5 months. So what? Okay, I don't think there's enough time for the development of the fetus, or the I don't know if there's enough time to even have a miscarriage. Would there be? Okay, I'm curious about that. How many miscarriages could you possibly have within 5 months? I mean, how many times can you get pregnant for that? The story was so bonkers, so crazy. I was like, what in the world? You know what? Honestly, if you're not going to authorities with a crazy story like that, I'm just not gonna. I'm not believing. Sorry, I might be a bad guy, but I've seen so many things, heard so many things, just like you. That people were like, "Oh, we got to believe this," but it turned out to be a bunch of hot air, bunch of nothing. So at this point, it's like, look, man, like if you went through something, all right, tell it to the people who are actually going to do something. Okay, don't do all this like social media, social justice, or vigilante justice crap. No. Don't do internet detective stuff. Just why don't you go to the people who can actually do something, who have the ability to do something, and go there. And if they're not doing anything, then I guess bring light to that. But don't rely on vigilante justice or internet detectives to solve your case, or take care of the past ills that were done to you, if they were. Because what you have is people who actually believe, who buy into, take every word that MAMAMAX said as like on face value, when it's delivered in such a way that you'd have to be an idiot to do so. Like I said in the beginning of this, the guy is over the top theatrical because he doesn't have any substance. He's peddling. Like, I could tell, man, as someone who used to do like horror stuff and horror stories, like the stuff he's doing, it's framed that way to maximize the effect. When MAMAMAX is telling these stories about these cults and all this stuff, it reminds me of like any other like creepypasta YouTube channel with a creepy story, except he's putting real names and real people to be associated with this stuff. It's insane. It's insane. It kind of shows how gullible people are, that they'll take something and they'll take an accusation of someone being a PDF file, and they'll go hunt on that. They'll go on that without actually doing any real look into it, or even just questioning. Hey, wait, why should we believe this guy? Just because he has a cool voice? Why should we believe this guy? Just because he has cool effects on the screen and all this stuff? Why? What's going on here? No, how about we not? And it's real telling when you do that sort of thing, when you respond like that, and he starts lashing at you and saying how he can cancel you and all this stuff. So using threats and all that. It really shows insecurities there. It's just, the reason I'm talking about this, I know my channel is mostly like music, and I don't really venture into this realm of YouTube because it's like, I don't think my audience would really even care. But at the end of my reaction stream on Friday night, that would be on the January 26th, I was playing some Civ 6 and listening to Someordinarygamer talk about the MAMAMAX situation, and I was like, what? Like, why are you acting? Why are you acting like there's actually a real victim here? And now I was then questioning myself: am I the bad guy? Am I the monster that got so desensitized by this, or got so like I don't give a damn about all this because of the way it was presented, that I now don't care? And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I probably am a bad guy. I'm not gonna get you. I'm not gonna be lying there, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? No, it was delivered in such a way, overhyped, overplayed, the theatrical, that the common man, it makes sense to not believe it. Because if you walk up to seven guys and tell them that there is this vampire cult, werewolf vampire cult that's trafficking kids, and tell them that you're not talking about a movie, you're not talking about some underworld spinoff, you're not talking about some role-playing game or video game or any of that, you're talking about real life. I don't know who would believe you. I don't know how many of them will believe you. Maybe one might believe you, but that one person might also be schizo, okay? That one person might be a little crazy. Man, it's just, if you hear something that sounds like crazy nonsense, you don't have to spend time and invest in it to like take it seriously. You can just tell the person that, hey, you sound like psycho. You sound crazy. You sound like you need to be on some crazy pills, okay? And if you got something gnarly, well, take it to the authorities, because, like, what are we supposed to do about it? Nothing. With that said, you guys let me know what you think about this. Take it easy. Have a good one. And, yeah.